Good evening to all. On this occasion, we all have come together to witness the release of the internship brochure and to attend an interactive section by Mr. Pyariyal Kandi, Managing Director and Partner of Operations at Great Waters Maritime. First, let us start with the prayer.
ദൈവിക ചൈതന്യമേ നിറയേണമേ നിൻ സുതരിൽ തൊഴുകൈകളുമായി നിൽപ്പൂ നിറമിഴികളുമായി നിൽപ്പൂ പൊഴിയണമേ മഴയായി അനുഗ്രഹപ്പൂ മഴയായി സ്വരമായി ലയമായി ദ്രുതപദ ചലനങ്ങളായി കലയുടെ കൽവിളക്കിൽ നെയ്ത്തിരി പോൽ തെളിയാനായി പരമ്പൊരുളെ കനിയണമേ പ്രാർത്ഥന കേൾക്കണമേ തവ ചരണം ശരണം.
Next, I would like to invite Mr. Aravind K, our Faculty Internship Coordinator, to deliver the welcome address. Please, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mohammed. So good afternoon, one and all. I take this privilege to thank each and every one of you who have attended this function to make this a grand success. Firstly, I would like to invite our beloved head of the department, Professor Dr. A. Madhirajan, to this occasion. Even though we have approached sir at the last moment to arrange a function like this, he had agreed without any resignment and supported us for making this event a grand success. We welcome you to the event, sir. Secondly, I would like to welcome Dr. Shivaprasad, Professor Shivaprasad, to this occasion, a mentor and a guide to the students as well as the young faculty members for the Department of Ship Technology. We welcome you to the event, sir. Thirdly, I would like to welcome Dr. Sudhir CB, the predecessor internship coordinator for the Department of Ship Technology, for all his service and his wonderful guidance he had given us for arranging this function. So we welcome you, sir. Thirdly, I would like to welcome Mr. Pyariyal Kandi, Managing Partner and Director of Operations, Great Water Maritime LLC, for accepting our invite to present his thoughts and also to release the brochure for the placement, for the internship in this occasion. So we welcome you, sir. And I would like to welcome all the faculty members and officials of the Department of Ship Technology. And lastly, not the least, I welcome all the students, the organizers of the SNAS, to this wonderful occasion. So on this occasion, we would like to put our concerns on the internship. We were actually trying for arranging a offline mode of internship, which is very important when the training is concerned. So I would like all the members attended here their wholehearted support and guidance to achieve this. So thank you each and every one of you. I wish the event all the best and all the very best. And with this, I retired my words. Thank you each and everyone. Yeah.
Thank you,
Over
sir.
to you. Over to you.
Next, thank you, sir. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. A. Madhiragan, Head of the Department, for the Presidential Address. Please, sir. Sir, your mic is muted.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
is it audible now?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now it's audible.
Okay. Students, teachers, Professor Dr. K. Sivaprasad, Dr. C.B. Sudhir, Mr. Arvind, and other teachers, invited guest Pyarlal Kanti, Managing Director, Managing Partner, Great Water Maritime, VAE. This is a great occasion that SNAS is releasing internship brochure. After a long time, this has been materialized under the able guidance and initiatives of students and also the internship coordinator, Mr. Arvind. I really thank them to release this and get more benefits out of the internship brochure by reaching the companies. Last couple of years, we have not released any internship brochure. Maybe when Professor Sivaprasad was there as a coordinator, or maybe after some time, it was the practice of releasing the internship brochure along with the placement brochure also. But I hope that this kind of release of brochure will be very useful for students to get acquainted with the companies where they are going to do the internship. As you all know that internship is a period of work experience offered by an organization for a limited period of time, whereby they get practical skills, work experience, and great knowledge of that industry, and in exchange for the employer benefits from your labor. So both industries and students will get benefited out of this. And there are reasons why we have to go for internships. The first reason is that they apply the theoretical knowledge, whatever gained in the classrooms. And second one is get a feel of working environment where they are going to be employed in course of time. The third one is it will boost your confidence, which comes from training and discipline, because these training and discipline are very important for the students community nowadays. So some of the students, they go to industries and they do the training, but at the same time, they have to maintain the industry discipline because they have set of norms and rules. So they have to always look for that. No, you have to do the what is assigned, and you have to record the whatever guidance comes from there, from your the record. Which you are going to maintain. And it also builds up the network. Network is very, very important nowadays. Mostly in Kerala, most of the people here in department or elsewhere, they have to go for proper networking. So that network is very, very important. It is one of the main skill which is required for the people who are working in industries. And this will help strengthen the department as well as the industries. And fifth one is it will increase the motivation of students. So you have to get motivated to do better things in the industries. When you go there, you just apply your theoretical knowledge and get motivated Only then you will progress. The company, no, they want you to be there for a period of some 2 months or 3 months. During that, what your contribution to the company? That is very, very important. At the same time, what you, tag back. What you, you are gaining from the industries. That is also will help you to acquire knowledge from the industry point of view. Finally, it will improve your CV to get a proper placement. So your ultimate aim is to get a proper placement in proper companies. So education is not simply learning the facts, but it is a training the mind to think. So you have to always think. So with this, I would like to conclude my speech. Thank you very much. So I hope this conference, this release of internship brochure will be very beneficial for the students of SIP Technology Department. Also, will fetch you a lot of things for your career. And I take this opportunity to thank Mr. Pyarlal Kanti for having come over here to attend this the release of internship brochure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Pyarival Kandi is alumnus of 14th batch of Department of Technology and has always shown a keen interest in the development activities of the department. He is also a chartered engineer, a member of the Institute of Engineers, and a fellow of the Royal Institute of Naval Actors, RINA. It's my esteemed privilege to invite Mr. Pyarelal Kandi, Managing Partner and Director of Operations at Great Waters Maritime, to release the internship brochure. Please, sir.
Respected Head of the Department, Professor Dr. Madhyaragan sir, Dr. Shivaprasad sir, Dr. Sudhir sir, Mr. Arvind and SNAS Secretary, dear students and alumni who has joined from various parts of the world. I can see Sojan Anthony from the US. A great good afternoon from Dubai. And I'm very honored. I'm very humbled by this invitation to release the brochure for the internship. This takes my memory back to the days when I was a student in the Department of Ship Technology and when we used to go for trainings. There were no such thing like a brochure those days, which we would send to the shipyards, wherein the shipyards or the companies could get a peek into what we study, what facilities we have, what kind of students are coming out of the department and where they have reached. And I was really, really impressed the kind of brochure which has come out and a copy has been sent to me. And I'm really impressed with the kind of work which has been put into that. And it is hats off to you guys and the internship coordinator who has helped the students develop such a thing. It really gives a real in-depth view into what the students are, what they are capable of, what their backgrounds are, and for a company to decide on taking students for internship. When we talk about internship, I follow what Head of the Department, Dr. Madhyaragan sir has said. It really is an opportunity for students to see themselves, get a feel about the industry. And I would say that most important of the 5 points which Dr. Madhyaragan sir said is the networking. And during my days, and I had a great opportunity to stay with a couple of seniors who used to work in shipyards, especially when I was doing my training in Garden Reach. I stayed at the home of the seniors, and that friendship, even though we stayed only for 2 months, even today we carry that friendship, after so many years, 30 years. So it is a very important point. Head of the department has said that it is the network working, which will build your career, which will help in your career when you pass out and start working. And I would say the internship is a great opportunity for each student to see what career path he or she should take in life, because there will be varying interests for people. There are people who probably want to do only engineering. There are people who want to do projects, who want to do construction, who want to do ship management, who wants to do logistics. So when a student goes into an industry, he or she can picture himself or herself in a situation where they want to be in future. And when I started my career, I just went with the wind. I had no plans in my career, but that was the case those days. But nowadays, I believe we have internet, we have lots of information, and we have various ways to keep in touch with the industry, to the people. We are always available to anybody who sends us messages. We respond to them. So there are great opportunity for students to learn what the industry can offer in terms of work opportunities and career growth opportunities. So I would say, I was told by one of my mentor, my seniors when I was working, you should always picture yourself where you want to be in the next 5 years and then work towards it. And that's what I do always. So internship gives such an opportunity. You will be passing out soon in 1 year or 2 years time, and then you want to take up a career, so you can choose now which way I want to go, which accordingly you can select your project, accordingly you can develop, increase your knowledge base. So it's a great opportunity, internship, and I believe you all should be making use of the internship opportunity given to the 100%. Now, before I jump on to the topic which I was told to talk on, briefly touch on, I would go ahead and release the internship brochure, if you all will agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you can see my screen.
Yes, sir, we can.
All right. Okay. So I hereby release the internship brochure for 2020-21. It's a 14-page document. It's very beautifully crafted document. Let's go one by one. And we are proud to say that we were one of the recruiters, Great Waters Maritime LLC. And we still have two of our alumni students from Cochin University working with us. A very beautiful brochure. I'm so impressed with the brochure. So shall I stop sharing the screen now? I'll move on to, I believe this is going to be an interactive session, and I see all of your mics are muted, but jump in if you want to talk, comment, or discuss anything. I was told to briefly touch upon the challenges and opportunities in the maritime field in the UAE. What a time to talk about this this topic, because we are all most part of the world is still under the lockdown due to the COVID pandemic. And in the UAE, even though the COVID situation is still alive, we have gone back to our normal lives. And in UAE is the only probably the only country who is offering visit visas to visitors and welcoming all visitors from all over the globe with certain COVID protocol in place. So I would say the maritime challenges, which probably UAE is a leading maritime player in this region, and they have been the front runner in the digitization of not only the maritime industry but whatever industry, their government services, everything. So it is a paperless government operations which they have here. And they have been putting in a lot of effort in signing MOUs with IMO, and a lot of activities have been going into increasing cybersecurity requirements. You know, it is the autonomous ships age is the future, and cybersecurity is going to play a major role when we have autonomous ships, because you will probably no longer have the pirates running behind a ship trying to climb onto the ship, but you will be having somebody sitting in a well-connected huge server and trying to divert the ship into a different direction. So these are the threats which in the future generation for you people to face, you know. And in UAE, there has been port development and modernization. In Dubai, we have the world's largest man-made port, which is Jebel Ali Port. And I was lucky enough to have spent a lot of time in one of its key sites when I worked in McDermott. To be honest, major part of my career was away from shipbuilding. I was mostly into the offshore structures in major part of my career. And port development in the UAE, Jebel Ali Port plays a major role in this part of this world, the Middle East. And with Jebel Ali Port, there has been a lot of opportunities for the maritime industry. And there is Dubai Maritime City, wherein a lot of our seniors have been working. Some of us own companies there, and some of us work in big shipyards there. And there are people working in Dubai Dry Docks. Dubai Dry Docks is a major player. When you talk about opportunities, Dubai is well placed because of its geographical placement, its history, maritime history, and it is a major logistics hub. In Dubai, when you are in the ship repair or shipbuilding, if you have to get any spares, any equipment, it is very quick. And you know, reaching out to any part of the world, whether it is Asia or whether it is to the Europe, we are few hours of flying, we are there. So this plays a major role in maritime industry, and that's the only reason there are so many 200 plus alumnus from Cochin University are still working, and many of them in very senior roles in the UAE. The future probably where we see is as a company, Great Waters Maritime have been doing a lot of solar projects, especially the floating solar project. My partner Jojo, my classmate as well, he last week only he has traveled to India. He traveled almost 2/3 of India in relation with the floating solar projects. There has been a lot of projects about floating fixed wind farms and the conventional fixed wind farms. So quite a lot of opportunities, quite a lot of new areas of work has been coming on our way. And I'm sure all of you will find these challenging times, still there are a lot of opportunities. Now I can say that exactly 1 year back, this time of the year, we were facing a blind wall. Basically, I wasn't sure what you can expect, but fortunately things didn't go that bad, and we are really busy at work, and I can see a lot of inquiries, a lot of projects on the way, a lot of upgrades, a lot of conversions. So I believe the industry is going to have a boom. Post COVID, next 2 years probably we are going to witness a big boom. That will be the exact time when you guys will be out and joining any of the organization, or taking the next step in your education or career, whatever it is. So I have seen recently that a lot of people get into logistics, ship management. What I see is that naval architects, we are not just structural engineers, we are not just electrical engineers, or we have an in-depth knowledge about ship structures. We have a little bit of knowledge about electrical. We studied mechanical. We studied, we have an overall knowledge about ships. It is when I work in offshore industry, we used to have structural engineers. They do just structures. They have no clue about what is electrical. Whereas we were not like that. We are good in structures. We know a little bit of electrical. We know a little bit of mechanical. So we are best suited candidates compared to any other engineering discipline which come out of any university, because we can do a lot. And for example, we've been looking for people who have. I need a naval architect to be a project engineering manager. Because a naval architect means he understands the overall aspect of the ship, not just one part of the shape. So I believe, dear students, you have a brilliant future waiting for you. So make use of this internship, understand the industry, connect with people, most importantly, connect with people, keep in touch with people. For example, let me tell you, I have not attended an interview after 2000, after I joined in, not interview, I have not applied for a job after 2000 in McDermott. All the job changes which happened thereafter was all through connections, So it is very, very important that you keep in touch with your industry peers and meet people, keep talking. There are a lot of opportunities for us to communicate these days, unlike olden days where you used to have letters and phone calls. So make use of the technology, and please do keep in touch. And I once again thank you for giving me the honor to release the brochure, and wish you all good luck. Thank you. Stay safe.
Thank you very much, sir, for showing us the importance of networking and connections in our field. And I'm sure that everyone who has attending the meeting right now will in some way benefited with this great talk by sir. Next, we will be having question and answer section. And anyone who is interested to ask the question can unmute their mic and ask their questions.
Good afternoon, sir. Hello.
Good afternoon.
So my name is Gokul Krishna. I'm in the 44th batch, and I have a question.
Yeah, Gokul.
So what are the parameters that a student should consider when selecting a company for an internship?
Well, that's a very, very difficult to answer question. But I would say my lookout when I selected internship was to go into a big organization. Okay, a big organization in the sense, which has got all parts from engineering, from concept, from bidding, from concept to engineering, to construction, to delivery. So I get a feel about how an industry works. So I always used to prefer to go to big, huge organizations. That's what I did. And but it again all depends on your taste. Probably you want to develop a career in terms of ship management. Probably you want to go into a shipping company and see how it runs. Probably you want to go into the software side of it. So you want to go and do a training in DRDO or something like that. So it is up to individual choices. But yeah, I prefer people to go into a bigger organization where you can see the big picture. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Pierre, this is Sojan Anthony of B13.
Hi, Sojan.
Hi, Pierre. From my experience, it all depends on your interest and your taste. I personally have been to only small shipyards. My trainings were in Cochin Port Trust, Bristol Boats, Alcock Ashdown, and Bharati Shipyard. My focus was mostly on engineering, and I preferred to be in small yards where you can interact and you can do actual design. Let me just compare with McDermott, MDL, for example. You may be going into MDL. You may end up in a department that focuses on commercial or bids only. Whereas if you go to a small shipyard, you can, my focus was mostly engineering, and I have stayed in engineering all throughout my profession. So I focused on small shipyards to get exposure to engineering aspects. I ended up in big firms. That's a different story, but I wanted to do, my project was a small ship. So that was the reason I took small shipyard. So I beg to differ from what Pierre said. You go into a shipyard, a big shipyard, you may end up in a small department that focuses in one aspect, unless you put in the effort and try to walk around and see the rest of the shipyard. I have worked in Hindustan Shipyard, a beautiful shipyard with lots of facility. I have never worked in another yard with such a great facility. Just trying to answer your question.
Yeah, well said, Sojan. It is primarily the interest of individual, which is the prime thing to decide where you want to go and do the internship. But having said that, Sojan, when we had gone, we used to get a round trip in various departments, like in Masagon Dock. We were in various departments. So probably, yeah, even. For that matter, when you consider Bharati Shipyard was not a small organization, and it is a wonderful place to do your internship. I mean, unfortunately, that shipyard is no longer, but it would have been a wonderful place because you get an opportunity to get into to know all the departments from bidding till construction. So internship should not be limited to one department. You should go around the departments. It should be, and I believe that should be made clear when the internship coordinator talks with the shipyard and finalize the things. No, that's a great input, Sojan. It is much appreciated. I believe this will guide the students what they want to do.
Pierre, Bharati was a small shipyard back when we went for trainings. I'm talking about 1990 or 91.
Yeah, but you went in Bharati in Mumbai office, yeah? Not in the shipyard.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they sent me to the shipyard too.
Ah, okay, yeah. So it had the design office in Mumbai, and then shipyard was in, what was the name of the place? In
Ratnagiri.
Ratnagiri, yeah.
You were there with me?
No, I wasn't. I never went. I always selected GRC. I went to Masagon Dock. Then I was in CSL. I was in DRDO of late, so that was but I always chose, I had a different plan, Sojan, from you. I had a totally different plan. Yeah,
I know. Let's not get into that. Where did you go in DRDO?
In Cochin University. Yeah, at DRDO.
In POL, you mean?
No, inside the campus, next behind our department. Yeah.
In the computer center.
Yeah, in the computer center.
Trainings give you lifelong connections. I met Jailal while I was in Alcock Ashdown. I followed him into Bharati Shipyard, and I still follow him. Learned quite a lot from him. And one incident I want to recollect is I met Neelima Kumar from batch 10, the last in 1991 in Alcock. And 2 weeks ago, after 31 years, I met him in Orlando, Florida.
It's amazing. That's a kind of connection we keep. We are a very small community. That the guys who pass out from Cochin University Department of Ship Technology, we are a very small community. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not training, but I want to recollect you and I spending time together in Vizag too.
True, very true, very true.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, Kerala sir and Sojan sir, for sharing your experience. I'm sure it will be a gem for all the students who is hearing this experience. And the question asked by Gogol, I'm sure that every student in deep in their heart, they have some confusion to whether to choose the big companies or the small ones. And I'm sure that all the questions is answered. So anyone else?
Any questions are welcome. See, what I wanted to tell you again is that, you know, we have been working for the last 30 years, me, Sojan, and our classmates, and we you know, we probably can guide you with your career. We can tell you what you have to look for, how to build your career. You know, we all can give a lot of input. And don't feel shy to get in touch with us. Just send a WhatsApp message or just send an email. You know, we always will find time to reply to you. Yes, Sabin, you are asking something, I believe.
Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening.
Sir, I am John Dias from 43rd batch.
Yeah, John.
Sir, I have a small doubt regarding an internship. Sir, is it possible for students to do internship in UAE? And what are the possibilities of and the other criterias that we have to follow for visa and other things?
UAE has, people have done in the past, quite a lot of people have done internship in the UAE. And UAE has, labor law has a specific permit to be applied for to take students on internship. We have in our office, we have taken at least 2 or 3 people which were locally, they were here, they were children of you know, parents working in the UAE. So there is some documentation, some permit to be applied from the labor department, so that in case of labor department does an inspection, so you know, there is proof to be shown to. So, but I believe it is possible. It can be done in the UAE.
Sir, is it possible to come in visiting visa and then change it into mission visa so that we can work in a company in UAE?
Yeah, now the situation in the UAE is such that they are not issuing any kind of residence visa to people who are sitting outside of the UAE. So like if somebody gets employed or wants to get employed, people have to now come in on a visit visa, and then you know, then they change over to the residence visa. So I'm not really sure whether visit visa to mission visa is possible or not, but that is something we can always check and come back to you. Not an issue.
No,
I'm in touch with your SNAS secretary. I can pass on that information.
Pierre, legally speaking, are you allowed to do internship while you are on on a visit visa?
Now, not on visit visa. I believe mission visa it is possible.
What kind of visa?
Oh, it's a mission visa. It is a 3 months visa. Like if I want to bring in a specialist from anywhere outside UAE, and he just wants to come and work for just for 3 months, you know. So 6 months, I think you can work for 6 months. So I can apply for a mission visa, so that you can come in and there is no stamping on the passport, and procedure of residence visa is not there. So you can come and then go. You can work, but you can work under mission.
So to answer the student, the legally correct answer will be you cannot work while you are on a visit visa.
No, yeah, legally on a visit visa, no. But now in this pandemic, due to this pandemic, all rules have changed. But you can come, you have to come on a visit visa, because that is the only visa they are giving now due to pandemic. So you come on a visit visa, and then whether visit visa to mission visa change out is possible or not, I'm not really sure. But visit visa to residence visa is possible, but visit visa to mission visa, I can check and come back to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Nishad.
Sir, I am Nihal from 43rd batch, currently
Nihal.
third year.
All right.
Currently third year.
All right.
So my question is that what are the kind of opportunities for naval architects in offshore industries? Nowadays, the department placement is constrained into like more in shipyards and engineering designs only.
All right. Offshore industry, the major, I mean, there are 2-3 parts into offshore industry. One is engineering, and second is the construction, and third is the project management. So as a beginner, I believe you should get into engineering. In offshore industry, engineering, when you get into engineering, there are a lot of naval architects from QSAT working in offshore industry. I used to work for McDermott. My partner here in Great Waters Maritime, Jojo, he was the topper of our class, by the way, 14th batch. He was the department head for installation engineering. It was called construction support engineering, which used to do all the installation engineering related to offshore structures, which will be from load out, sea fastening, transportation, lifting, installation, launching of jackets, float over installation, all kinds of things. And that's the area where naval architects can play a major role. And there are a lot of naval architects working in that. And I believe as a beginner who wants to get into engineering and who is good in engineering, probably the construction support engineering, installation engineering is the place you should go. Or other area would be to start as a production engineer, somebody who looks at developing a career as a project manager in the offshore industry. Probably you should start as a production engineer in the yard and starting with fabricating jackets, topsides, and go as a field engineer on the installation barges and execute subsea pipe lays, subsea cable lays, and subsea structural installations and all those things. So these are the areas where a beginner can get into. I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, the answer was one more thing, that do we need any other qualification or any other PG, as our curriculum is not telling more about offshore or something?
I don't think you need a PG, but a PG would be a better option to go for now, but not all the naval architects who are in the offshore engineering area are having a PG. But having said that, PG has become a requirement at many places. I was told, I'm not really sure if it is going to be, PG probably will become a requirement for a chartered engineer in the near future. So I think whoever would interested to do a PG should do a PG. But that probably won't give that mileage. Probably you are looking at getting into an offshore industry. That won't be a criteria.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hey, Nihad.
Yes, sir.
Somewhere in the final year there is a session
elective
for
I
offshore,
did that, yeah.
Offshore that basically focuses on offshore structural engineering. So to answer your question, when you say offshore, offshore is pretty similar to what you see in a shipyard. You will see all facets of engineering and construction, whether it's an offshore yard or whether it's a conventional shipyard. Even in the offshore world, where do you put FPSOs? FPSO is a floating offshore structure. So there is naval architecture in it. There is conventional engineering in it. So do you want to put FPSO as an offshore asset or a floating conventional shipyard? FPSOs are done in shipyards mostly. So that's offshore engineering to me, at least.
Yeah, for example, we are doing a project at the moment. It is a conversion of a supply vessel into a cable lay vessel. This cable lay is subsea cable lay. Yeah, we are putting in around 35-meter plug into the vessel. We are increasing the length, jumboizing the vessel. It's a huge major modification. So yeah, I mean, it's all naval architects who are playing the major roles into all these offshore. So there's a lot of involvement from naval architects in the offshore industry.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Neha.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Hi, Akhil.
Sir, this is the SNAS secretary. Sir, I have a question. This might be out of the topic of discussion today, but like the hot topic in the maritime industry now is the Suez Canal crisis. So what are your insights on that and the outcomes or effects of that on West Asia and Middle East, to be particular?
Say again, what's the question?
Sir, your insights on the Suez Canal crisis, sir, and its effects on UAE and Middle East.
Oh, well, I really don't know what to answer to that question. As we all know that Suez Canal was blocked for a few days, and I think that area is lacking a lot of resources, but quite a lot of salvage team was mobilized to do the salvage. And I really don't know what is the reason for that vessel to go into that situation and get beached, so, or wedged between the walls. I'm probably a mismanagement by the captain. I didn't read much about that. Yeah, but it means a lot in terms of cargo trading. A lot of it will put into if it would have continued for long, it would have put a bigger strain on the cargo movements and logistic costs. So fortunately, Boskalis did a good job. Boskalis pulled the ship off in no time. So yeah, the Suez Canal plays a major role in logistics. It's a huge role, and now since they have developed, made it one additional channel for easy movement of vessels, the Suez Canal is a major player in the trade, and 10% of the world trade is through Suez Canal. So yeah, that has a major impact.
Gary, I just want to bring some alumni connection to that ship. That ship is managed by a company called BSM or something. Adi Narayana from 10th batch works in BSM.
Oh, all right. Okay.
The ship manager.
Oh, okay. All right. But Adi Narayana is living in the US, I believe. Yeah.
No. He's working in China, living in Hyderabad somewhere.
Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't know. Okay, excellent.
Regarding the reason, what you see.
Yeah, I didn't read anything about reason. Do you know about it?
I don't know anything other than what I see in the public.
Yeah.
In the public, it says it is wind and sandstorm. But there was a mention of human error in one of the articles too.
Okay. Yeah, anything else or?
Good evening, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Sir, my name is Kevin Serian. Sir, I am from the 44th batch and I am currently in the fourth semester. Sir, my question is, will we have any preference during our job requirement depending on whether we went to a shipyard or a consultancy firm during our internship?
I don't think so. And I would advise that you choose a career which you want to do in your life, But that doesn't mean that you should not go and visit a shipyard and understand all sides of the industry. I believe the career choice will be taken after you will be doing 2 or 3 internships, in your whole curriculum. So probably that will give you an opportunity to see all the industry. So I don't think that will be a decision maker. It will be your capability and your interest, which will finally a recruiter will be looking out for that. I personally, when I look at people's CVs, I don't look at what training they have done. Training is purely for your benefit, a student's benefit in the long run.
Thank you, sir.
Any more questions? If there is any connection problem, you can mention the questions in the chat box and I will read it out for you. And we got time for a couple of questions too. So if any students are willing to ask questions, please ask now. So I guess it's time. It seems that all the questions have been cleared. So last, I have one question, sir. My name is Muhammad Abbar Saifuddin. I'm from 44th batch. And my question is kind of out of the topic, but it's always been in my mind. So I think it's the right opportunity to ask the question. So, sir, I believe that all the Middle East countries like UAE and Saudi Arabia, every country is built upon oil, and shipping industry also plays an important role in transport in the trade of oil, right? So, in the next couple of decades, I believe that we shall or we should move to green more conventional, non-conventional source of energy. So how it will affect the current situation of shipping industry in the Middle Eastern region? So
okay, yeah, I understand your question. I believe your question is more to do with the declining demand for oil, how it is going to affect the tankers.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes.
That's right.
Yes, yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
shipping is not only tankers. There will be,
Yes.
a lot of other ships also ply, and the container ships requirement is building up every year. I was looking at the Dubai Port World growth rate. Even though there was a little bit of slowdown in 2020, they are forecasting around 8.9% growth in first quarter of 2021. And Dubai Port World has been operating a lot of ports, including in Kochi, in Visakhapatnam, and a lot of places. We recently did a job for laying a subsea cable in Somalia, where DP World is handling a port, operating a port. So I believe the port
Yes,
operations, there are a lot of growth in port operations, and that says that there's a lot of opportunities going to come up. But again, in the oil industry is going to, it is going to slowly fade out, but then there is an alternate energy industry is coming up. So we Great Waters have been doing a lot of floating solar panel related engineering and execution, as I said earlier, and a lot of interest for wind farms. We've been doing a lot of transportation analysis for wind farms from Sharjah to the North Sea, and also there's a lot of interest for fixed and floating wind farms. So the floating solar panel is another area, and we have been involved in doing engineering for a floating solar panel in Kayamkulam, in a lake. I don't remember exact name of that the lake, but so there's a lot of because water. There are two aspects to it. Floating solar panels. One, it prevents evaporation, and one, when the solar panels are in the water, it cools down the panels quite fast. And also the land, you don't have to block the land, and the land is very scarce these days. So there's a lot of interest in that aspect. So when one industry dies down, another industry catches up. So you have to keep keep moving with the times. You know, if you stick on to one old thing, you will become a Nokia or a BlackBerry. You know, so you won't move. You will die down. You will have your own death. So yeah, it is evolving. But I believe oil is going to stay for some more time. Sojan, what do you say about that?
Oil is not going to go away in your lifetime or mine.
That's right. That's right. And there's a lot of
think of this. We are talking about cars getting into green. Tell me, when will a ship run on solar power or some other green power? So oil is not going to go away anywhere in your lifetime or my lifetime, and your kids' lifetime too.
Yeah, and there's a lot of gas discovery in Qatar. I believe Qatar has announced projects to the tune of $60 billion. Okay, and they have placed order for a lot of LNG carriers to the Korea, and so there's going to be a lot of business in terms of LNG, which is one another. And even in India, in the east coast of India, we have got a lot of gas. You know, so it is yeah. So one industry dies down, another one will pick up. But yeah, we nevertheless should survive as long as the seas will be there. We will definitely be survive. And you should see that when the pandemic hit, all flights were grounded. The land transportation was stopped. But ships were still flying. Yeah? Ships were still flying. And I was looking at the container movement in Jebel Ali port. It was good. It was a little bit low, but it was good during the pandemic. It never stopped. It kept on going.
Thank you, sir. So, any more questions? So I guess this ends the mark. This marks the end of our interactive section by Mr. Pyarilal sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for taking time to interact with us. Thank you, sir.
Most welcome. It's my pleasure.
Sir, thank you, sir, for your wonderful words. We are actually fortunate to have you here. But we are unlucky, like the internship that we did was online. We don't have such good memory like you seniors have. Hope we have went through hard times. Now the vaccines are out, so hoping for the best. In that case, the interaction was really enlightening. We got to know about the conditions that is going in Middle East. The interaction was very good. Like even the seniors attending it was very active in the interaction. So that being said, now I invite Mr. Madhyaragan sir to present Mr. Pyarilal sir token of gratitude. Because of the pandemic and lack of contact, we are unable to provide the certificate to you right now. But we'll make sure that you receive it. So
Excuse me, sir. Hello. I guess Nishant is having some connectivity issues. So now I would like to invite Professor Dr. Madhyaragan sir to do to honor a token of gratitude to Mr. Pyarilal sir, who have spent time with us. So Madhyaragan sir, please.
Is it audible now?
Yes, sir, it's audible.
It's audible.
Okay. So it is.
But his video is off. Your video is off.
Let me check here. So Once again, I would like to thank the guest of honors us for today's SNAS internship brochure release. So I really glad that this year we have launched this wonderful session for releasing this brochure, which will reach many of the companies, and the students will get a lot of benefits from this internship brochure. And I already pointed out some of the key key issues related to internship, that you have to be very dedicated and get motivated and develop the skill of having a network, and also you boost your confidence, and last but not least, you have to create the culture of the discipline wherever you go, whether it is industry or academia, for your future career. So with this, I really thankful for the presence of Pierlal Candy for delivering his wonderful speech on the future prospect of the shipbuilding and related industries. So I now hand over this token of appreciation as a certificate to Mr. Pierlal Candy, the Managing Partner, Director of Operation, Great Water Maritime, BE.
Thank you, sir. Accepted.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Subbu Sudhir to share an insight about the internship and other related topics. Please, sir.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You're audible and visible.
Yeah, parallel. How are you?
Fine, sir. Fine. How are you, sir?
Yeah, good. Yeah. So, head of the department, Dr. Madhya again, Mr. Parallel, Mr. Aravind, placement coordinator, sorry, internship coordinator, dear faculty members, class representatives, and dear students. A very good evening to all of you. Yeah, at the outset, let me appreciate the efforts taken by the team of internship in launching that brochure, which was not a practice in earlier years. Definitely, that would bring more insight and impact into this exercise of internship. So, as all of you know, that earlier years we used to send requests to various institutions, industries. I think the previous years, almost 15 institutions or in shipyards or organizations were asked to deliver, to impart the internship or internship training programs. One way our department is so blessed, rather, with we have a very good vast alumni spread all over the world. And this relationship definitely will strengthen that our future endeavors in going ahead. It's not only to this internship, it also will encourage the that your ultimate placement, because internship is a stepping stone for the placement. So anyway, I appreciate that. Previous years, as I mentioned, we mainly focused on the major shipyards here in India, like Cochin Shipyard, Gog Shipyard, Makalangor, GRSC, HSL, etc. Then other institutions like L&T, then other private institutions also, like SETS, then Cyber Marine, so to mention a few. And also we had last year also, Oshima Ship also came for, they have been doing that for the last couple of years. Oshima Shipyard, the train, industry train. Of course, as Parallel mentioned that a few students earlier used to go to UAE also. So this actually, this decision was vested on that the student's choice. So they have to select, they have to, depending upon their interest, they can select. Till last year, it was all offline. Definitely, student has to go as the previous as Parallel mentioned here. A good memories rather for this alumni members who are done this training. Because, it's not only as a part of the internship, they have this an element of bringing the students to stay away from home and to look into that aspect of that how they can personally develop also, that are also there. So I used to always tell that it's not only training, because the main content is the definitely academic content or academic learning. Along with that, they have to learn your career development, their skill development, their decision making ability or person development, their decision making abilities, and the skill development, etc. are also coming to picture. So from 2017 onwards, we had an MOU with CSL. The main thrust area in that MOU was to accommodate this training, because we need to have a regular pattern of to make sure that at least we can assure that this much seats are available. So somehow the university, the Cochin Shipyard approach university to have an MOU. They have their reason for that. So based on that, university has went for a MOU. We were the ship technology department was the key element or key department in that MOU. It was mainly focusing on the mutual industry-institute interaction, Department of Safety, as well as Kunyali are also part of it. So in that MOU, one was this, the main area that is emphasized was the training. That is, each year they were ready to give 40 students for industry training. Along with that, projects work for BTech and MTech also. So that was the beginning to strengthen this industry institute interaction. Hope that is going on. And so if you look back to that as a Parallel and mentioned about that, this particular arrangement of internship was somewhat unique to our department, but unique to naval architecture. We cannot see that any other courses having this much a vast. When 2 months they are being going for internship. So it's a nice extensive training program, and every year everybody has to go for that. So main reason, maybe one of that reasons, is that the product itself, the ship, such a big structure, such a complex and complicated system, and to deliver that complexity in the classroom may not be so suitable. So definitely, when the very first batch onwards, this industry training was revised, and that was very seriously built. And each year, every student has to go for a training. This was the practice. So I remember that when we went for this training, it was called the vacation training. Because that time it was arranged during, even now also it is arranged during vacation only. So it's a vacation training. Then later it was termed somewhere in the middle. I think that when the ninth semester started, ninth semester program started, it was industry training. So last few years, I think so 2010 onwards, it is called now internship. Because internship is to give the students, being a student, they have to expose to industry. So that's the main content. So in that, actually, definitely the main content is that the academic learning itself. So whatever the theory they learn in the classroom must be experienced in a real situation. So as Parallel mentioned, that is so complex. So it's not only structural, it's not only hydrodynamics, it's not only other mechanical aspects, it's also electrical also there, and other many aspects. Along with that, such a huge how to build that huge structure effectively. That's also very important. So the facilities, the building facilities, the manufacturing facilities required also very important. Along with that, important thing is the administrative issues. So these are all clubbed to her. So then I used to tell that you have to go to as a Parallel mentioned that a big organization where you can see all these together. Definitely, if you're interested to have a particular area, okay, you can choose a maybe small yard or a consultancy. But in a totality, because that is actually meant in the syllabus, you must be exposed to the totality of shipbuilding. So definitely you have to go for a big yards. And I used to prefer, say that to prefer the shipyard, the major shipyards. We are a government shipyard public sector organizations. So it is mainly that academic training, of course. Along with that, you have the career development aspects, in which we have to understand that what are the responsibilities, duties that is assigned to a particular rank or a person, how it can be exercised or can be executed in that prevailing situation. So that is also very important. Then along with the skill development, so many will be having different skills. So you can have an opportunity to see that what is scope for skill development, whether it is mentioned that is related to software development, or as Parallel mentioned about that cyber security issues recently facing, or similar issues. And finally, definitely it must be focused on the person development, where you have the decision, the teamwork. I think that is one of the most important aspects of person development: teamwork, the ability to work in a team, and the communication skill. So these are the possibilities you are exposed to when you go for a industrial training. It also gives a networking. You can build up a good network among the fellow naval architects. Later, definitely, you also will be the part of this industry later, so that will be beneficial to you also. Yeah, so these are the things. I hope that in future, next year onwards, it will be more, it will flourish more, and we can extract good things out of that. So I wish all the success to this new team of internship, Mr. Aravind KR and the new coordinators for the placement. Okay, thanks a lot for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Sudhir sir has been a constant source of inspiration and motivation for all of us in the department. So in this occasion, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude on behalf of SNAS and department to him for his years of constant support, guidance, and dedicated service to the internship cell. Thank you so much, sir. Now I may welcome Pyarlal sir to present a token of gratitude to Sudhir sir.
Sudhir sir,
yes.
I've been told many years you have been the internship coordinator, and it has been, it is indeed a great service from you to guide the students what they have to look for, to go for the training. And with your experience and with your in-depth knowledge and about our subject, I'm sure you have guided, and people have a lot of good words to tell about you. And even though we haven't met in person much, but I keep hearing about you. I keep hearing about you and the support you have. And I was told that you are about to retire soon. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm retiring next month.
All right. Okay. That reminds me, today in our school group, there was one fellow celebrating his 50th birthday. So that reminds me, I'm getting old. I don't feel that much because I still feel that I've passed out couple of years back, from the department. That's what the feeling is. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the years pass by, and thanks a lot for your contribution to the department. When I was studying, there was no such thing about internship coordination or a guidance in the department, and it is indeed a very good thing, and a lot of thanks to the head of the department to take this initiative and develop the department functions in such a way that it benefits all the students. And once again, I would like to thank you for all the support you have given to the students. Thank you very much, sir. And wish you a good, happy retired life. I'm sure you're not going to retire. You will still keep working, keep studying on, on the naval architecture subject. So all the best wishes, sir.
Okay, thanks, Barry.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
Sudesh sir, you are from 6th batch or 5th batch?
Yeah, 6th batch. You may know Sojan Piorki.
I know George.
Anil Das.
Yeah, I know George Mani. I'm
Mani,
ex-ABS. Yeah, he lives pretty close to my home, or his house. He got a house close to my house.
Yeah, Sudhir sir, I am supposed to hand over this token of gratitude to you. So please accept on behalf of SNAS.
Thank you, Perla.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Agil Zeder, SNAS Secretary, for the vote of thanks.
I hope that I'm audible. A very fine evening to one and all present here. So today I have been given this responsibility to present the vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Pyarilal sir. He is the managing partner and director of operations for Great Waters Maritime LLC, Dubai. Now, this has to be mentioned because we planned this program in a short period of time within a short notice, and sir actually has supported us throughout. And he agreed to our request, and he also has given such a wonderful talk and an interactive session with the students. Sir, we value such contribution and such effort and constant support from your side, very close to our heart. And thank you so much, sir, on behalf of me, on behalf of the SNAS, as well as on behalf of everyone in the department. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
Also, I would like to extend my gratitude to all the other alumni members, especially Sojan sir, who have also taken part actively in this session that we had, and he has also helped in order to clear a lot of doubts for the students. So thank you, Sojan sir, as well as thank you to all the alumni members from all around the world who have attended this meeting. Thank you all. Now, I would like to extend my gratitude to Professor Dr. A. Madhyaragan, our dearest head of the department. He has been a constant source of support and motivation for all of us for any kind of department activities and student endeavors and everything. So thank you, sir, on behalf of SNAS and everyone at the department. Also, I would like to extend my gratitude to Professor Dr. C.B. Sudhir, sir. He has been our internship coordinator for a lot of years, and his constant support and encouragement, as well as dedicated service to the internship cell, actually has helped the students to achieve great heights in order to get more technical and professional competence as well. So thank you so much, sir, on behalf of SNAS as well as department. I would also like to take this opportunity to congratulate as well as thank Arvind sir, who is going to take charge as the new internship faculty coordinator. So on behalf of SNAS, I would like to thank him as well, and also wish him all the best in his new endeavor. Thank you, sir. Also, this opportunity, I shall also extend my gratitude to all the faculty members of the department who have taken time out from their busy schedule to attend this meeting. Thank you so much, sirs and ma'ams. Now, Now, I also wish to extend my gratitude to all the students. Now, this has to be mentioned with special emphasis because, as I have earlier said, we planned this event in a very short notice within a short period of time, and to pull off such a program, to invite all, it was a big task. And the SNAS core committee, my team, as well as the juniors, batchmates, everyone have planned meticulously as well as engaged their tasks amazingly. That's the reason why we were able in order to pull off an event of this sort. So I am indeed a very proud member as well as a secretary of the SNAS that I am having such a very dedicated as well as hardworking team under me who can actually pull off events of this sort. So thank you all of the SNAS members as well as students. Now, I would also like to take 1 or 2 minutes of your time. We usually used to have the physical on-site summer internship programs from the department, but owing to the corona pandemic as well as the subsequent lockdown, we were not able in order to attend physical internship programs during the last year. The second years and third years were not able to attend, and we had to attend online internship. But this year, we are hoping in order to get more opportunities on physical on-site summer internships, because those opportunities would actually help us in order to improve our technical as well as professional competence and could actually help us to reach better heights in our career as well. So our department, having such a prestigious and extended network of alumni, this is just a humble request from my side on behalf of the SNAS as well as department to all the alumni members in different parts of the world who has been of great support and encouragement to all the activities of the alma mater, our department. Now, this is just a humble request that the department is currently in a kind of tough times with regard to internship as well as placement opportunities. So this is a hard time, and I believe that the faculty believe that the alumni members will be with us to sail through this tough time. And I also hope that we will come out of it better, strong and resilient. That is all from my side here. Thank you all. This has been a wonderful evening. I would like to once again thank each and every one of you for making this a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a request to the SNAS secretary. Could you make sure all the outgoing students in the final year register in dostas.org?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will convey that, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Good job, Akhil and team. Good job.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Agil. And this brings us to the end of the event. On behalf of SNAS, I would like to again thank Parallel Sir, Sojin Sir, all the faculties and students who within a short time of period of time who came here and made this event a huge success. Once again, thank you. Have a great day. And I would like to announce the meeting as dispersed. So I would like to request every participant to leave the meeting. Thank you.